Hello, welcome to this tropical update and severe weather update for parts of the Atlantic and North America. So let's see, there's Hurricane Milton still, and on our last video yesterday was about Cat 2 or something, Cat 1 into Cat 2. Now it's a Cat 5. So in less than 2 days, it went from like Cat 1 or Cat 2 to Cat 5. So this is a very big system. You can see there the fine structure and the clear eye there. A lot of convection bursting around it. The hurricane hunters there found some very rough turbulence, some very intense winds there, and even some hail, if you can believe it. Like, that's very rare in a tropical system. So here's some missions of the hurricane hunters. So let's see here the last mission. So 8, so they went in there, they found some very intense low pressure, like 943 to 912. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's the last pressure that they found there. So very intense category 5 hurricane. Those purple lines there are like some very intense winds. So this is a very intense system, as you can see here. So this is some incredible rapid intensification seen with this system. So luckily it will weaken a little bit before it gets to Florida. So now it's the major hurricane there. The hurricane warnings for Mexico and the northern Yucatan. So be careful there, and it'll go towards Florida there. That's like near Tampa, I think. And tropical storm watches all the way to the Panhandle. Some tropical storm watches in the Keys as well, and hurricane watches in most of the west coast there. So please be careful. So let's see, they have already some storm surge graphics, all the way to 12 feet of storm surge, around some 8 to 12 feet in Tampa, around Clearwater, Sarasota, and some 5 to 10 feet near Charlotte Harbor, some 5 to 10 feet further north as well, and 1 to 3 feet in the Panhandle, like 1 to 3 feet in the Keys, and 4 to 7 feet near like southwestern Florida, and 4 to 2 to 4 feet. So please be careful. The storm surge will be very life-threatening and dangerous with this, especially in the red areas. So they have some storm surge watches there for most of the west coast already, the storm surge watches. And let's see, damaging hurricane force winds expected across portions of the northern coast of the Yucatan Peninsula. A life-threatening storm surge, damaging waves also along parts of the northern coast of the Yucatan Peninsula. There's an increasing risk of life-threatening storm surge damaging winds portions of the west coast of Florida Peninsula. Beginning Tuesday night or early Wednesday, storm surge and hurricane watches are now in effect for parts of the west coast of Florida Peninsula, where residents there should follow any advice given by local officials and evacuate if told so. So there are a bunch of mandatory evacuations already. Please stay safe. There's a link to like the evacuation zones in the description. Areas of heavy rainfall will impact parts of Florida today, well ahead of Milton, with heavy rainfall more directly related to the system, especially later Tuesday through Wednesday night. This rainfall will bring the risk of considerable flash urban and aerial flooding, along with the plunge from moderate to major river flooding. So please stay safe there. This is a very dangerous, life-threatening situation. You all saw what happened with Helene, the deaths with the flooding and storm surge. So please use that as a lesson and be more careful. Stay safe this time. So let's see here this. Se espera vientos dañinos con fuerza de huracán a través de porções da costa norte da península de Yucatán de México. Também provável uma marejada ciclônica que ameaça a vida com olas daninhas ao largo das porções da costa de Yucatán. Há risco crescente de marejada ciclónica que ameaça a vida e vientos destrutivos por zonas da costa oeste da Península de Florida a partir de martes por la noche ou temprano el miércoles. As vigilâncias de marejada ciclónica e huracán estão em efeito para porções da costa oeste da Península de Florida. Os residentes nesta área devem seguir Qualquer consejo dado por funcionários locais e evacuar se les dicen que lo hagan. As de fuertes lluvias afectaron personas de Florida hoy, bien por delante de Milton, con fuertes lluvias más directamente relacionadas con el sistema, se espera más tarde, martes hasta miércoles por la noche. Esta lluvia trae riesgo de inundaciones considerables, repentinas, urbanas y es junto con potencial de inundaciones moderadas y mayores de los ríos. Good, so please stay safe there. Let's see if they have some local products already. Not sure because it's still some days away, but I think they have. So this is the wind threat. They already have some major wind threat there. Potential more than 110 mile per hour gusts in parts of central Florida, even sustained winds, and some like big to major wind threat in the red for central Florida, some moderate wind threat in other areas, so please stay safe. The storm surge threat, the storm surge exceeding 9 feet above the ground throughout the areas along the west coast, some 6 feet and 3 feet above the ground further south, even on the east coast, some 1 to 3 feet storm surge potential, so please be careful. There's the flooding threat, very high flooding threat from this system, so major flooding rains, so please stay safe. And the tornado threat array, a low tornado threat, like a few tornadoes, so but there might be a few to like several tornadoes war spouts, so please be aware. And here you have the different weather services with all the information, so please check this. The National Hurricane Center here and National Weather Service, this on the description as well. So for day 3 severe weather, they do have a slight risk for Florida. For Wednesday, day 3 and a marginal, this many tornado threats. So let's see, few tornadoes possible across Florida Peninsula as Hurricane Milton moves through on Wednesday. So there will be a 5% to 2% tornado threat. So please be aware there. So they explain a little more there. So be careful. This is day 3. Now day 2, Tuesday tomorrow. Alright, a 2% tornado threat across Florida there because of the rain already coming ahead of this. So be careful. An isolated tornado threat. Hurricane Milton will develop Tuesday night and Wednesday morning, especially Wednesday morning, across central southern Florida Peninsula and the Keys. So be careful in those areas. Stay tuned to the warnings and alerts. Fire, no critical for now, and yeah, be aware. So let's see some models, and like the hurricane models were actually right about this, because they showed this like rapidly intensifying to like category 5 hurricane, and it did happen there. So that's interesting. And this is the HRF, it shows there, very powerful now, and it keeps this powerful there like 9:30, and it makes landfall like 9:4, cat 4 to like cat 3 in just north of Tampa. And the HEFS B has it there like 905 now, very strong, and it even goes up to 897. That's crazy. I don't think it'll be that strong, but by the speed it is intensified, you never know. So, but it goes there for the rest of the Gulf, and then it goes all the way to 884. This is so crazy. But then luckily it weakens before the landfall to 963, high-end category 2 to like category 3 near Tampa. So let's see, there's the HEFS A. Let's see, shows very strong now, and then this keeps going and makes landfall 950, 940 to 950, category 2, or this category 3, 950 is like major hurricane, so category 3 throughout Tampa and just north of Tampa. So there's also the H1, very strong now, and then this keeps going. It makes landfall 954, category 3. So all models show like category 2, 3 at landfall, especially category 3. So please stay safe from this. They don't show as compact of a system as it is now. So it shows like a wider system, more convection on the north and western side. But yeah, it will still be very intense, the big wind field. But now it's like very compact and intense, so we'll keep monitoring this. There's the European model for this. It does show this keeps going there, and like goes as a 968, category 2, but landfall show like category 2, like benign 68 or something, close to category 3. So the Europeans is on to like stronger, but it isn't as strong as the other models. The GFS has like goes there, and 940 to 957 a landfall category 3 has north of Tampa, like further north, almost in the Big Bend, and has like, let's see the icon, it also has like going there around 960 something at landfall, 970, so strong category 2 or even category 3. the the Canadian has like this goes there. The Canadian is 2 weeks, so don't listen to the Canadian. It has only a tropical storm, so ignore that from your mind. There's the Nevgen, it goes there like 970 and something, so that'll be a cat 2, but yeah, I think it might be stronger than that, and it's mainly it's, so please stay safe there. This system will be very dangerous. So let's see if this works here. So it does show, it's so weird these days. It shows like the model breaks away there, doesn't show discontinuing, shows some tiny members there, so ignore that as well. Just focus on like on Leslie there and the potential of the next system, but nothing crazy. There's Kirk, alright, extra tropical heading towards Europe, and there's another X there that might do something near Florida, the Bahamas. That's new because I only noticed this right now. And there's Hurricane Leslie, and near Africa there's another area there too, like 30%. This might still affect the Cabo Verde and not areas, but even this doesn't develop, there might be some storms in the Cabo Verde. There's this area near Florida, the Bahamas, because all that convection and flooding these days will form another area of low pressure, so 10% chance there. And after this third weather located across parts of South Florida, Florida Straits, northern Bahamas is expected to move northeastward with an area of low pressure could form near the northwestern Bahamas. Some limited tropical subtropical developments possible, where low the low moves northeastward 50 miles per hour. However, upper level winds like wind shears are likely to increase in a couple of days, which will prevent further development. So this system is going to like a type of bad environment, so I don't think that this will be anything, but you never know. The only thing this will be is a flood threat for Florida and the Bahamas, and some like heavy rain and gusty winds, so please be aware there. There's that system in the Pacific already at 90% chance, so this could well become like a tropical depression later today or tomorrow. So they might issue some watches or something in the coast of Mexico in case there are tropical storm force winds expected there. But this just will remain parallel to Mexico there. Might bring some rain to the Baja, but it's expected to like fail away before that. So the models show like on the Eastern Pacific the system there. There's the GFS, shows this goal, turns like into a tropical storm really quick, and then dies out before it gets to the Baja. There's the European model, it shows there this goes, becomes something very weak, kind of fades away. So no big threat, just be aware. In Mexico, this system nearby, you never know, some like heavy rains and some stuff. So and gusty winds, of course, in large waves. So the rainfall accumulation does show still a lot in Costa Rica next 5 days, more than 130 millimeters, 114 millimeters, 118, 117. So more heavy showers and thunderstorms near Costa Rica and Panama, especially Costa Rica. So be on alert there for like some periods of heavy rain, but nothing that crazy, just be aware. And Nicaragua some 60 millimeters, some more on the west and east coast, so be aware. Some more storms there near Honduras, a storm or two. Guatemala shows like some 80 millimeters, some 90 millimeters parts of Guatemala, so still some heavy rain there. And near Mexico, some like 60 millimeters, still near southwestern Mexico, so a little bit heavy rain at times. And western Mexico show like that storm nearby, some like 78 millimeters, so be aware there. But not a threat to the Baja. It like just die out and leave a small shower there. So yeah, the Yucatan storm or two, in northern Yucatan there's this hurricane, of course, and shows like 20-30 millimeters there, so nothing crazy in terms of rainfall for the Yucatan, but in terms of wind, yes, I'll show the wind in a second. Jamaica, some passing showers or two, storm or two, passing showers in the Cayman Islands, a storm or two, more rain near San Andres, some heavier storms, in Colombia especially some flooding, some heavier storms, from Venezuela, and Trinidad and Tobago, there's a tropical wave near the eastern Caribbean. It might bring the chance of more showers and storms, even a small flood threat. We had some flash flood warnings in Barbados these days. The same thing to the Grenadines. Grenada might have a little bit heavy rain at times, so the satellite here does shows those lingering showers and storms there near Trinidad and Tobago, like St. Vincent and the Grenadines, even St. Lucia, some higher rain chance, so be aware in those areas, some periods of heavy rain. And yeah, the model shows here those passing showers and storms these days, especially like Wednesday, showing more showers and storms, so be aware those areas. And like the accumulation again, it does show a shower or two in like Puerto Rico, northeastern Caribbean, a storm or two, in Hispaniola, some more storms in Cuba, and southern Bahamas, Turks and Caicos, some showers. Shows more than 85 millimeters, the northern Bahamas, some 50 millimeters. Like the GFS has some 100 millimeters and 100 in the northernmost Bahamas, so be careful there. The satellite shows that there are very heavy rain in Florida, so a big flood threat for the Keys today, and the Bahamas a flood threat as well. In terms of flood threat, we have here the moderate risk of excessive rainfall today, Monday the 7th, southern Florida, marginal and slight risk as well, so please be careful, some flooding potential in southern Florida. This is dangerous. At least 40% chance of exceeding flash flood guidance. Day 2, just a slight and a marginal for Florida, so still some periods of heavy rain. Be careful. Tuesday, Wednesday, the main day, shows a moderate for like central Florida to southern Georgia, so at least 4% chance of exceeding flash flood guidance, because the hurricane will be making landfall Wednesday, so very high risk of flooding. Marginal and slight risk all the way from Florida to South Carolina, so be careful Wednesday, please be careful. Thursday still a small marginal, Friday nothing, so be careful there. Precipitation day 1 through 7 shows locally more than 7 to 10 inches in parts of Florida. They are now leaning to more north of Tampa. Most of the accumulations on the model show like north near the Big Bend and just north of Tampa. So, but still southwestern Florida could get more. The Bahamas a lot, so please be careful. Just today shows the heavy rains to southern Florida, some in Washington and parts of the Northeast. For tomorrow, shows like this is Wednesday, so day 1 is showing like Tuesday, weird, but Wednesday shows this is approaching there, some very heavy rain, and this goes away on Thursday, late Thursday, so please stay safe there. This is really serious. And let's see, still some major heat risk in part of the southwest with that heat wave. And yeah, the GFS model has a lot there, close to like 8 to 10 inches locally in some areas, and the European model has like, let's see, so it has a lot there, close to like some 8-9 inches just north of Tampa, those counties just north of Tampa, the highest flood threat, so please be careful. But more heavy rain throughout all the peninsula there, into southern Georgia too, so please stay safe. The Canadian has like more here, more for like Tampa, Orlando, parts of eastern Florida, more than 8 inches, so please stay safe with this flooding there. Let's just see some information about this. So there's Milton category 5, and most models are tightly packed like just north of Tampa or right into Tampa, the landfall, and still model 2 has it for further south. So they show it's a category 4 now, but it's actually a category 5. So and but by like some 72 hours or something, 60 hours, they might make landfall, like category 3 to category 2, if this makes landfall, so please stay safe there. Let's see, some other models are tightly packed causing landfall in that area, so please stay safe, and yeah, stay safe. So let's just see one thing. The temperatures are still more than 41 degrees across northwestern Mexico. Please stay safe. And like in the hundreds in Southern California, southwestern Arizona, 43 Celsius, like 109 Fahrenheit, 102, like some 199 for the valleys there. So be aware of that. And then the temperature is still very low across, like even Tuesday, tomorrow, so -2 in Manitoba and Ontario. It's very cold across northwestern Canada and Alaska, so stay safe there. Nunavut, some very cold temperatures, and showing those colder temperatures in the Rockies, like in the northwestern US and northeast too. Those colder temperatures into eastern Canada, northeastern Canada especially. So be careful there. The rainfall accumulation shows more across eastern Canada next 5 days, close to 142 millimeters according to the European. And but it's mainly from that cold front traversing there now, more across northeastern Canada and a lot on the west, especially southern Alaska from those systems there. And like wind gusts first in the Yucatan, because the system is very close, show like more than 81 km per gust and like some 109 km per gust. So please stay safe in the Yucatan. Very strong winds, they might pass close to Cuba, and this might make some very large waves, damaging waves and rip current danger throughout the northwestern Caribbean and most of the Gulf. So stay safe there. And like let's just see like snowfall the next 5 days. So the European model shows more there across the northwestern Canada, British Columbia, heavier in the mountains of southern Alaska, some light snow for central Alaska, more in Yukon, some are in Nunavut, some odd areas there. And the European models really show in northern Labrador a lot now, in northern Quebec, next 5 days. So be aware there. The time frame for this, like until Thursday, mainly from Friday to Saturday, the European model is showing. The GFS is further south, a little bit less, but some snow in Quebec as well. The GFS and the icon has like a little bit of snow in Ontario and Quebec, but very little. More in Quebec and Labrador, and some more in those areas there. So stay safe. There's also the wind gusts, some stronger winds on the west with these systems, even parts of Montana, Alberta, British Columbia, and Nunavut, some gusty winds. Those systems are approaching Alaska. Next Friday, the 11th, shows a big low pressure approaching Alaska. Might have more than 60, 70 mile per hour gusts, especially like 60 mile per hour gusts and 50, close to 95 km per hour gusts. So be careful, there's Aleutian Islands too. And in all those areas, might have more gust winds from northwestern Canada and Alaska. Next Saturday, the 12th, as this system dominates there with a lot of rain, snow, and heavy rain. So stay safe from all of this. Please warn others about the hurricane. Make your preparations. Do everything you can to stay safe. Have your preparations done, and please stay safe. It shows the rainfall estimations from the National Hurricane Center, some 8 to 12 inches in areas of the East Coast, parts of the West Coast, not like 6 to 8 inches or more. And even the Keys showing a lot there, so stay safe. There's like, they show the wind speed probabilities, tropical storm force winds, of course, more than like 80-100%. The hurricane force wind probabilities are very high over parts of central Florida there, many areas, and the 50-knot wind probabilities high as well. So be careful. Kirk, who will go on towards Europe, bring a lot of heavy rain and gusty winds there, so keep a look at the European videos to know about that. There's Leslie, who just curved north and out in the Atlantic there. So nothing crazy. Bye.